Hey, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Purple Tuesdays here with News 13 as we continue to raise awareness of Alzheimer's disease and other dementia, and of course, let you know about some community initiatives and programs that could help you stay safe as well as your friends and family members, anything to really help with this disease. Today, we are joined by two special community guests. We're going to start off with our first one, which is a member of the Bay County Sheriff's Office. This morning we are joined by Deputy Mario Lupica here to talk more about the scent evidence program. How are you doing today?
Good, Kristen. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thank you for coming in. We're talking about a pretty interesting program that y'all have going on, and it's been going on for a couple years, but not everyone fully aware of it, and especially its impacts in the community when it does come to folks who may be suffering from Alzheimer's or other dementia, and that is the scent evidence program.
Right. Can
you tell me a little bit more about it?
Sure. It's really a great program. It was started in 2012 by a former FBI canine operator, Paul Coley.
Okay.
Great guy. He came up with this idea that, according to the FBI National Crime Base database, about 4.5 million people have been missing in the past 20 years.
Wow.
Now, 70% of those are children, but we also include, Alzheimer's patients, dementia patients, and things like that.
Yeah.
So we all know about our canine, and we've got some great canines here in Bay County and some great handlers. One of the things that we need is a good scent to go after. And just like we talked about earlier, if we get a shirt or a blanket or something or a pillowcase out of the laundry, it's got a lot of scents mixed in with it.
Right.
Now, the dog is able to track that, but this basically, prior to being tracked, myself or another officer would come to your house. We have you take the scent off of the person or yourself, basically from the neck and armpit area. It's sealed in a evidence type jar.
Like a special container.
It's a special container that helps keep it pure.
Okay.
And then, heaven forbid, if we have to use it, you keep it at your home.
Okay.
We're not collecting DNA. We're not
Right.
We've had some people ask about that.
Right.
You keep the sample in your home.
Okay.
And then when the canine gets there, you can give it to the handler.
Okay.
And then the dog has a fresh, clean, pure scent of the person that we need to look at.
Okay.
So it just really helps kind of expedite the process.
Yeah, it gives that dog or the canine the clear scent. It's not like it's mixed with anything else.
Right.
I think we have some video of kind of like the training that goes on. So this is the officer. He's giving the canine the scent then there, right?
Yes.
And you can see that canine's ready to go. And this has been going on for a couple of years and hopefully helping with the search and providing some good evidence for the canines to work with. Can you show off some of the container that you have
Sure.
here?
This is actually the container.
Okay.
It looks like just a regular jar to me and you.
Yeah.
But the glass and the lid are evidence quality. So once the scent is collected, it's actually collected basically just on a big piece of gauze.
Okay.
With rubber gloves.
Right.
So, we're not
So you don't want to
contaminating
contaminate
it.
the
Right.
scent.
And then just a little label like you saw in the video.
Yes.
Gets filled out with some information. It's sealed as evidence, basically.
Okay. So you can tell if it's been broken.
Right. And then you put it back in the box.
Okay.
And what we recommend, or what the manufacturer recommends, is you keep it in the refrigerator.
Okay.
We say just put it in the back corner of the fridge.
Just leave it there?
Yes. And they say that it could last up to 20 years.
Wow.
And then we also, another little thing, when people are upset and there's a bad situation going on, it's hard to, find medicines and give information and phone numbers and such.
Right.
You're upset. So this is a little card that comes with it that you fill out with the information that you need. You can put some more stuff on the back.
Okay.
And then you keep it in the box with it.
That way, if something happens, you don't have to go through all those steps. You kind
Right.
of already have all that
It's here,
information right
and
there.
it just gives you age, height, weight, hair, eye color, things like that. Just, if my son or daughter was missing, I'd be upset and I wouldn't be thinking clearly. So like I
Right.
said, this just expedites getting the information out there. We also recommend maybe taking a little picture,
Okay.
a little 3x5 picture to stick in
Storing
there.
it with it.
Yeah, I mean,
Kind of like the more information you have
Yep.
probably helps it.
because speed is of the essence.
Yes.
That's
you
the
run out of
most
time.
important thing.
Yeah. Especially if someone's missing and they're out in the wild
Right.
or you maybe don't know where they are. If they're in the elements, it could take a while to get to them, and
Right.
that time is definitely of the essence. Now, if someone's interested in getting one of these kits, what could or should they do?
They can call the sheriff's office
Okay.
and ask for community services, and they'll transfer it to me.
Okay.
They can email me, mario.lupica@bso.org.
Okay.
And either myself or another officer will come out to your house. Usually takes a few days.
Okay.
And it takes 15 minutes. We're in and out real fast. And it's been very successful.
Okay.
As we discussed earlier, our canine guys were a little apprehensive at first because it's something new. And, Mr. Coley, being a former canine trainer and currently a canine handler, he does the training himself.
Okay.
And he had the guys put it through its paces. And after everything was said and done, they
were impressed,
said
probably,
it was a good
right?
thing, good stuff. Yep.
Awesome. So when your deputies show up, are you the ones who are collecting the scent and putting everything in the
No,
jar? You're
no.
just there to deliver?
Well, this is basically how it goes.
Yeah.
If I come and say you have a child or a parent or loved one that needs the service, I'll explain to you pretty much everything I've explained now.
Here, yes.
I'll give you the rubber gloves. Rubber gloves come in the set. You put the rubber gloves on. You take them into the bathroom or the bedroom, somewhere private. You collect the scent. You roll it up. You put it back in here. You seal it. You give it to me. I fill out the thing. I seal the evidence, put it back in the box, give it to you, and then we keep track of it.
Okay.
So let's just say you live at 123 West 15th Street.
Okay. I don't.
In
but-
our computer, it'll say, if a call comes out, say there's a barking dog call at your house.
Okay.
It'll say 123 West 15th Street. So that's another thing that
So kind of
that there's a person there.
Okay.
Now, say it's a missing person call,
Right.
and it comes up 123 West 15th Street, Julie Smith, Alzheimer's patient. Everyone sees that.
Okay.
So if the canine officer might be at the west end of the beach, he'll see that and say, "Oh, that's a project." Scent
there's a
evidence.
scent there, right?
And then he'll look at the call and say it's a missing person. So it alerts him maybe 10 or 15 minutes earlier, instead of the old way where you get there, you talk to him,
You figure it
and you
out
figure it
by
out,
word
and
of
then you have to
mouth
call him, and he's up in Fountain or on the west end of the beach.
Gotcha.
So it expedites everything so quickly.
Yeah. Just out of pure interest, how many officers per day do you have with canine assistants working?
I think we have one per shift.
Okay.
Basically one per shift. We have a couple at the jail. And we do have scent-only dogs.
Okay.
And we do have the canine dogs that have other, abilities.
Duties, yes.
Other duties.
Yes.
And we've got some great dogs.
Yeah.
People don't realize if you have a dog, if you have a canine, you're working with that dog every day. You're doing stuff.
They're your partner.
It is a huge commitment, and they are very well trained and retrained, and it's pretty impressive.
Oh yeah, I've seen some of the training that you guys have done, like in person too, and it's very impressive. And you guys definitely work hard, and so do those dogs for sure. Is there anything else that maybe I have forgot to mention or that you would like to include?
No, I mean this is really a pretty straightforward thing. It's just a very small piece of kind of the overall Alzheimer's and dementia, puzzle, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
If you, as a caregiver, you do extra things, and as law enforcement, we can do a few extra things, and just knock the times down, get the recoveries faster. One thing that you mentioned earlier about being in the elements, we live in Florida. We're spoiled.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a Yankee. I'm from Cleveland. Even though it's hot here, you can still die of exposure.
Oh yeah.
Especially if you're elderly or frail or young. So we got to keep that in mind too. I mean, time is of the essence.
For sure, for sure. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate you coming out and informing myself and everyone else watching about your great scent evidence program. And hopefully this will reach someone who needs it, and you will be busy getting some of those calls.
I hope so.
And again, time is of the essence, so we do appreciate anything that you guys are able to help with some of those Alzheimer's or other dementia patients as well. some very great information from Deputy Mario Lupica with the Bay County Sheriff's Office. Moving on to another community member and group that services parts of Panama City as well as Bay County. We are going to talk to the Pilot Club members as well as the International Pilot Club Director joining us this morning. Today, I am joined by two special guests. We have Shawnna Ervin here with the local Panama City Pilot Club and Beverly Shean, the Pilot International Director. I myself am News 13 meteorologist Kristen Kennedy as well. And we are here to discuss more about Alzheimer's and bring awareness to the brain disease and also offer up some community resources, which is what the Pilot Club also works with. So I'm going to turn it over here to Shawnna to give us more details about what the local club does in the community.
Well, one of the local things that we do here is we actually have a game called Braino, and we go to like Sims Veterans Home, you know, any kind of aging facility, and we'll play this game called Braino with them. It's, you know, to help them learn their memory over if they can, and and if you look at the card there, it tells you it's got keys, glasses, you know, exercise, medication, and what we do is we actually give them a clue that says, like, for example, medicine container, okay? Make sure you take your medicines daily. It's important that you take medicine prescribed to keep you healthy and well, and so we give them a couple of minutes to find their medication. So these are tips, you know, it not only it's tips to help them stay safe, you know, help them remember that they're supposed to do this.
That's a good way to tie it together.
They're supposed to, you know, make their bed.
Like daily habits.
Exactly. And it's to help them stay safe. And it's just an easy, fun way, because everyone loves bingo, you know, to remember the things that they're supposed, because, you know, when they have those cognitive issues that are diminishing a little bit, you want to just memorize
Getting them into a memorization and a big routine is very helpful.
Yes, and this is such a fun way to do it, you know. And so we have gifts, you know, like stuffed animals, Kleenex, sugar-free candy, you know, and they just love it. That's what they, you know. So our local chapter does that with the aging facilities around here.
Do you just gather at those aging facilities? Okay.
Yes. We actually are going to participate with Sims this June, like 2 weeks from now, and do one with them. So we're excited. We love it. We love having fun, just, you know, getting out there with them, participating with the aging, you know, people. It's wonderful.
So if people are interested in maybe getting involved with your club, how can they reach out, or do you take volunteers? How does that work?
Oh, yes. We're always accepting new members. We have a Facebook page that you can go, the Pilot Club of Panama City, and then you can also reach me at sece98@yahoo.com.
Okay.
And I would love to send you some information for our club.
Awesome. And so for maybe some of the elderly community, if they're individualized and not living in an older residential area, can they also still receive kind of your outreach programs?
Yes, we can contact them and actually go to their home, you know, and do things with them. We also take care of people, you know, as far as like go in there if we see a need they have or something like that, you know, we can go there and help them with that as well. So it doesn't have to be in a facility. We can help you if you're individually living on your own. So, yeah.
And how do you get the funds for all of this?
Well, we do fundraisers all year. One of our main fundraisers is the pancake breakfast. We do yard sales. We do jewelry sales and things like that. And then we also participate with the international level to get funds for Alzheimer's research, which Miss Beverly will tell you about.
Yes, Miss Beverly here with the international part of the Pilot Club. Tell me a little bit about your responsibilities.
So I'm fortunate enough to serve at the international level. As a matter of fact, this year we have members from across the world, and sometimes they will leave us money through their wills and through probate and things like that. So this year we actually gave away $100,000 for brain-related research.
wow.
Can't announce who we gave it to yet because that'll happen at our international convention later this month. But I do remember about 5 years ago we actually gave money for Alzheimer's research to Duke. We
Okay,
gave them about
awesome.
$70,000.
Wow.
So when we're fortunate to have those monies, we pass them through. And then through international and through our local clubs around the world, we have our program called Brain Minders, and that's what helped develop Braino and things like that. Our motto is to take care of the brain from the cradle to the rocking chair. So on the little kids side, we're teaching them about wearing their helmets and brain safety, and now as baby boomers are getting to this part of life, we're helping them begin to deal with the aging effects and things like that. So with programs like Braino, other things that we do, we support Project Lifesaver at the international level. They are a group that works with our sheriff's offices and things like that with the bracelets.
Oh, awesome.
So for monitoring individuals that might need that, which again may be someone with just cognitive issues, but may also be an older individual that may wander off.
How
So
would that
they-
work? Is there like a tracking device?
There is.
Or-
So they wear a tracking device.
Okay.
So if it's instigated or something like that, the caregiver calls the police department. They turn it on to track them down.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, someone shared a story one time that they had lost the person they were caring for. They kind of lived near the woods, and they were looking, couldn't find him. They turned on the lifesaver, and they say, "It says he's here in the house." They looked in the house, couldn't find him. He crawled under the house and was sitting in the corner. And they lived in an area where it got real cold at night. So
Yeah.
had they not found him, it could have
He
been a
would-
really
it could have
dangerous
been very
situation.
bad, yeah.
So Project Lifesaver is a great program they've supported for years. Shawnna was telling you guys about our grants and scholarships.
Mm-hmm.
So at the international level, we raise money all year long. We give scholarships to students that are studying brain-related research
Oh, wow.
because we know how big of an impact it is in the communities. And then at the grant level, we do grants for our caregiver programs. So a lot of our clubs from across the world will go, and maybe they just go and sit with somebody so the caregiver can go do something
Have a
else.
break, because that's so
our,
needed.
Our
Yeah.
signature project is called the Pick Me Ups. So maybe they're doing something kind for people that work at a facility that are the caregivers, or maybe they're just doing it one-on-one. So we do grants for that and things like that. And then we also do matching grants. So say Pilot Club of Panama City had $2,500 and they were doing a project and they needed another $2,500, we could apply for a matching grant to get a total of $5,000 to support
Okay, awesome.
something. So that's kind of encouraging like that. And then a couple other things, at our state level, about 3 years ago over in Jacksonville, we got to put together the flowers that are done at the walk. They have their big walk over there. So we had someone come talk to us about Alzheimer's there. And even at our international convention last year, Victoria Huggins, who was, I believe she was from the state of North Carolina, and she was one of their representatives and came out and spoke to us more about some of the research and things that are going on.
Oh, awesome.
So it's a cause that's very near and dear
Yeah.
to our delegation, and a lot of them are living that. So as we kind of go through that, it's great to be able to work with programs that are helping to give back to those people that we represent.
Awesome. So for the people who maybe want to do some of the pick-me-ups or the caregiver take a breaks, is that just something they could reach out to on like a local level, or that would be an international level?
Definitely. No, more of a local level. So
Okay.
international just kind of helps everybody work together
together,
type thing,
right.
whereas the local clubs are
It's
what.
just kind
so-
of in control of the people.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So here in the Panhandle, we have Panama City, we also have Defuniak, we have Tallahassee, we have Quincy. So there's
Oh,
clubs
okay.
in all of those
Good.
communities. There's one in
Covering the area.
Pensacola.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The Florida Panhandle is very entrenched. Pilot International just celebrated the 100-year anniversary of being together. They started in Macon, Georgia.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So it's been a very exciting time. But yeah, if you look for a pilot club in your community, you can go to our website, pilotinternational.org, see if there's one in your area, or if you're interested in starting one. These are how clubs kind of get formed. They find a project or a cause that they're passionate about,
Yes.
and that's what kind of leads your group. And so we're excited. We love to do caregiver pick-me-ups. We do them for some of our members. Some of our members are caregivers taking care of their husbands or their friends and things like that. We have some that are just taking care of family members, and so it's nice to do something
That's
great
usually
for
how it
them.
is. A lot of
Yeah.
the caregivers are family
Yes,
members,
they
and
are.
that can be really exhausting as well.
Absolutely. So if we can just take them a little basket or just give them a couple 2 hours to go get their toes done and just veg out without having to worry. You know, we all know how nice that self-care can be.
Yes.
So
Oh, that's
it's
super
important
sweet. I
to
didn't
us.
know you guys did that.
Yes.
That's awesome. Did you have something you wanted to add? I saw you try to.
Oh, I was just gonna put in there, that they can reach us at, on
Shawnna's
Facebook
email?
or my email.
Okay.
And if they have any of those, concerns that they the people that are at home and need care or whatever, please contact us and we'll see what we can do to help you at our local level.
I'm sure you guys will always try, right?
Yes.
Never turn anyone away.
Yes, always.
Do you have a direct link to or relation to anyone with Alzheimer's or a cognitive disease?
I do not,
Okay.
not in my family, but I know it's such an important, aspect of life. We're all going to get there, There's, if I'm not mistaken, there's no cure for it
There's no
yet.
cure, right.
So, it is really one of our main focuses in Pilot, is about brain safety. And that comes in all kinds of forms and fashion, form. So we do whatever we can to help our community.
Yeah.
It's all about loving and caring for people.
Yeah,
Exactly. And the people that the older generation that, are slowly going down and can't remember things. It's hard. It's very hard on them. It's hard on the caregiver, so whatever we could do to reach out to help those people is what we want to do. That's what the Pilot Club is. We're here about friendship and service. And so we're excited to be a part of that and excited about doing the walk in October.
Yes, the Walk to End Alzheimer's, which will be October 29th. 2022. We are going to have a team on News 13. I believe the Pilot Club will have a team as well, so lots of opportunities to team up. And you guys, if you're watching, can make your own team as well with your friends and family. So we're very excited about that. Just to piggyback off of the last question I asked you, what made you want to get involved with the Pilot Club?
Well, a friend asked me to get involved. I did not know at all how intensive the Pilot Club was and everything that they do. I mean, we're about friendship and service. We serve our community. And then when I got into the club and went to our fall councils and internationals, it was so exciting to see women and men around the country coming together to say, this is very important. And it's just part of loving our community and our people. So they're very sweet people to work with and very kind. So there's so many great things that this organization does that you don't know about until you actually sit and talk with somebody about it, So that's why we encourage people to go to the website, the Pilot International website, and see what we're all involved in.
I feel like we're only scratching the surface today.
We are. We are. We live life, we think it's just this small little bubble that we're in, but really, the Pilot International is here for everyone, to try to help everyone. So, and when they said, I'm a veteran, so veterans are near and dear to my heart, and I know how, when they go to homes or whatever, how I see it in them and what they've been through, in their minds, and they need people, they need people, and I want to be one of those people to help them, and this Pilot Club does that.
Awesome. It's a good give back, a full
It is.
360 for you.
It is. It is.
Awesome.
So I'm very excited. I am so proud to be a member of Pilot International.
Well, we're happy to have you helping in our community as well.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Is there anything else that you would like to speak about that we didn't talk about, or?
I can't think of anything. No. Hopefully we'll be able to get some of our anchors to come to the walk. I mean, I think that's a great way for them to come out and get involved and start. When we talk about truly service and friendship is what Pilot's about, and that's the great thing is that it allows you to get involved and do service however you want to. You don't necessarily have to do everything in our club. You may be more passionate about the anchors.
Pick and choose.
You may be super passionate about Alzheimer's, and that's what you're going to take on full schedule. So it's one of the great things about Pilot. We have over 5,000 members internationally.
Wow.
That still want to be a part of service and friendship. And of course, we'd love to build those numbers some more. So we're looking to grow the organization as well. But when the Bahamians come and the Japanese come to our conventions, and you just hear the different projects that they're doing.
It probably inspires all you guys.
It does.
As as
It
well.
does.
You're like, oh, let's give
It's
that a
very
try. Like,
Exactly.
It's
When we
very-
go to Rochester at the end of the month, it's just a week of time to recharge your batteries and learn new things.
Yes.
Oh, this worked for you and this didn't work for you. Well, this is what we're doing, and it's just a great time to renew that spirit, and we love it. So that's why we love Pilot so much.
awesome. Well, I
We
think
do.
that's all.
There have been ladies in the club that have been there over 50 years in the club, you know. So when I go to international, I get inspired, and I'm like, I'm going to be that lady.
I'm
going
gonna be the 50
Yes,
year.
I want to get, you know, I want to be there, and I want to, you know, just know that you're doing something for someone else. You know,
And I don't know about you guys, but service to others makes me feel good. I know
It
you're helping
does.
someone else, but also makes
it
you feel
does.
It's the
valued
best
too.
thing to do to
Yeah.
just kind of keep yourself going. Even if you're in a funk, get out and go do something for somebody else, and it'll lift you up
It's
immediately.
amazing how that is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And you know, in Alzheimer's, you don't know who it's going to affect, you know, but I bet you know people that it has affected, you know, and so I think as the community, the whole thing is for us all to help each other.
Yeah.
That's what community is about,
Yeah.
you know, and if you're going through this trial, you know, or this situation, we're here to help.
Yeah.
And so
That's what the world needs more of.
Exactly.
So let's just do it. Do it
let's
big.
do it.
And that's where they've seen almost a shift somewhat at the international level. So originally when they started, we have a lot of school teachers that are members because it was really autism based. So a lot of focus on people with cognitive, people with autism, everything like that. But now as those people are starting to age, they're like, oh, we've got to deal with this issue too. And that's how we've developed some of these other programs, the Braino and stuff like that, and shifted some of the caregiver focus to people that are caring with those with
So you
Alzheimer's.
see how
So-
it goes over time.
Yeah.
It
You, know,
does.
you don't know what the next shift might
Nope.
be.
It's
So
all related,
Yeah.
you know, in some form or fashion.
awesome. Well, don't forget to join us for the Walk to End Alzheimer's coming up on October 29th, 2022. You are encouraged to join us. We hope that you will certainly support us. That'll be held at Northwest Florida State College in Niceville. And we have a team that you can join. Just head over to act.alz.org, search News 13, and register with us. We are hoping to reach that fundraising goal of $10,000 by the end of October. You are encouraged to fundraise with us, or at least just join us for the walk if you can. Again, all that information will also be on our website, mypanhandle.com.